The PTCGL ladder is really just seen as a way to conveniently grind games of Pokemon. Not really all that serious. It's really has a reputation for having a ton of different jank decks and just all sorts of unserious gameplay. But with this recent update that Pokemon has had, where they introduced this ELO score once you got into Arceus rank, what if we did the opposite of what most people do? Instead of taking ladder very not seriously and playing random meme decks, what if we grinded as hard as we can to get to the highest rating possible to become the #1 ladder grinder in the whole game? To be the very best like no one ever was, if you will. So over this past week, I've been playing Pokemon Trading Card Game live basically non-stop. I grinded from not even Arceus rank this past Friday to all the way to 1,951 rating. And just for reference, when you start out in Arceus rank, you have 1,500, so quite a few wins over that. When you get roughly 10 for a win and minus 10 for a loss, and it fluctuates depending on how good your opponent's scores are. I initially set out to make and create this video. It was under the impression that I was ranked #1 and nobody else had a higher ladder score. But there was one thing I needed to check up on before then. There was a screenshot posted on Twitter by the great Finnish player Hermione about his ladder ranking being 1,950, very similar to mine. It was a little higher in that Twitter screenshot, but I had played against Hermione since that screenshot and beat him, so I had to check up with him first to see where things sat. And yeah, womp womp, we are not the #1 ranked ladder player, so I guess I'm a fraud because I probably put some kind of clickbait title about, yo, I'm the #1 ranked gamer, but oh well. What I want to do in today's video is kind of share the high ladder experience to, I guess, give a different perspective on the ladder. So maybe if any of you had wanted to grind ladder in preparation for a tournament that you're going to, you can just kind of see what that looks like. And also, yeah, if we play a couple games and win a couple times in a row and maybe take rank 1, that would also be pretty sick. I have been playing pretty much exclusively Pidgeot control lists. My lists have fluctuated quite a bit. I have been recording all of my meta insights, my ladder insights, on Metafy, in the Metafy group that I have. So if you want access to all my lists before they stream on YouTube, and even some lists that never see YouTube, definitely check that out. It's only $5 a month. There's matchup guides, there's lists. I try to provide a lot of value for just the $5. So yeah, the list that I will be playing in today's video is the controllers featuring the Milotic that I streamed just this past Saturday. The reason for this is just Gardevoirs everywhere on high ladder. I want to be able to beat that. It's very hard without it. So yeah, I'm not really going to waste any more time. I just want to take this onto ladder, play a couple games, and after that, I want to kind of talk about the pros and cons of the ladder grind, to share some things that I've learned grinding all this ladder, because especially playing control and playing against a lot of jank decks is usually pretty bad. So yeah, I've definitely learned some things, and I'm going to share those at the end once we get through the gameplay. So yeah, let's try to get rank 1. Very excited about this episode, video, whatever you want to call it. I've been putting a lot of work in to get to this point, so I'm hoping we at least can get maybe 1 or 2 good games for the video. I know queue times are going to be long. I'll probably fast forward through a lot of this because, yeah, sometimes it's been upwards of 10 minutes just to find a matchup here. Just playing the list from the recent stream with the Milotic. Feels pretty good. Quite a bit of Gardevoir up here, so just taking that pretty good matchup feels nice. There's also quite a bit of Drago. I don't have Black Kyurem, but it's okay. We'll find a way. Trust. So yeah, I'm just gonna, yeah, I'll just fast forward through, cut out all this dead time here. In 3 minutes, still waiting. All right, finally got a match, and that is 180 point. No, that was 100? That was just 80. I'm pretty sure that was just 1870. I think. I didn't quite catch it. I'm pretty sure that 1870. I'm sure. Yeah, whatever. But we finally got a game. Only like a 5-minute queue, which actually is one of the better times here. Lose the flip. I've been choosing second a lot on ladder, just with the sheer amount of Gardevoirs, and then just like the aggro decks as well that occasionally pop up. Like, it feels really bad to go second into them. And if you do opt second against Drago, Still feels kind of okay, because you can, it's not exactly easy for them to hit the turn 2 Pult attack with, turn 2 Pult attack with just, like I'm using Legacy Star Squawkabilly, so an NT start kind of throws me off. I guess it could be Gouging Fire, could be something else kind of weird, could be that Fire Control that I played on stream the other day. But anyway, have the stuff that we want. Very, very good opening hands. It's just going to be quite interesting to see what we're up against here, because like, hey, I've been saying that this is meta, this is great. Entei does not exactly scream meta. But yeah, let's see what they're up to this turn. A very strong start from me. And this does look like it's the control mirror match. So they're playing Chi-Yu, which is extremely annoying, but they're not playing Devo most likely. Wow. I think I have to discard the Secret Box, which is actually like pretty annoying. But turn 1 Xerosic is like a dead giveaway that their hand's pretty mid. And I'm quite surprised they chose to do that over like Fleet Footing first, because maybe they draw an Arven off of that and can get their Pidgey or their Rotom and that stuff. So, man, hitting your own deck on ladder is crazy. But this is not the first time this has happened. I've hit this particular control list before. Yep, there's the Pidgey. So, gonna be a control mirror match. They have the fire stuff. I have the Milotic. Milotic could maybe come in handy if I can whittle down their bosses and stuff. Yeah, and then we can maybe get an easier trap. But if they're playing the list I was playing, they have Silene, which could be a bit of an annoyance. Okay, I'm just gonna Candy into Pidgeot. I'm gonna take things pretty slow here and just get the Mist Energy on the Pidgeot, just so we're not getting farmed by a Devo. If I did go with the aggressive Fang Snipe here, we are feeling very bad if we just get Devoed right away. Like, my hand is not, like, if I had like a backup Arven or something, I would be quite content to Fang Snipe here. But I gotta be responsible. Like, I'm not really, it's something I can establish Pidgeot. I'm like not really feeling too threatened. Like, I feel confident that I can take their Pidgeot off the board. And I don't think they can take mine off very easily. So, get my Pidgeot permanently established, an instant charge. I don't love seeing Pal Pad this early. It's definitely an Eri is decently likely from them. They get the Lumineon, they get Arven, so they have their own turn 2 Pidgeots. So we'll see how things progress. Because like I will likely have the Devo external. Like the list I was playing no Mist Energies. I just had the 2 Fire, 2 Double Turbos. So it will be interesting to see if they found space for that, or they're just quite literally ripping that 60 from the stream the other day. They get the Candy Sealstone, gonna get to the Pidgeot. I don't really mind this Entei attacking. Really, like, the thing that I'm like most annoyed by would be Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu is like by far the most annoying thing, because like I can deal with Entei, I can gust up stuff, deny its attacks. But yeah, Chi-Yu just putting deck pressure on me. Like I don't care if I bleed a prize or two. They just don't even attack. They just charge. So I'm gonna rip an Eri here. And depending on what we see, we could either go Devo or Fang Snipe. Just a Counter Catcher. Their list is different than what mine was. Double Counter Gain, Snorlax. They got some stuff, but the Devo doesn't. Well, no, I still think Devo's fine here. I'm just gonna, yeah, let's just rip the Devo, force them into an Arven next turn. Then we have the Roseanne Devo follow-up. We do quite like Erica right now as well, seeing that the Bloodmoon's in the hand. Our play after this Roseanne Devo is probably going to be Erica's plus Fang Snipe to get that Bloodmoon active and snipe away a Penny. And then if they don't have that easy access from the Pidgeots to get their Penny, that could buy us a lot of time to Fang Snipe to Lecky Loop. and just get really ahead on the resource exchange. So I'm liking where we're at right now. They get their own TM Devo, which doesn't really matter unless they play like an Enhanced Hammer or Yak or something. But seeing the Snorlax in the list it means it's not the same 60 that I streamed. So it is something a little bit different. I don't know where they would have found the space for a Snorlax, honestly. That list felt crazy tight. Maybe they cut the Mawile for it. But yeah, I wonder what they do here. It could be a Fire Energy and a Punch. I think that's respectable from them. But I'm kind of fine to let this Luxray die if it means that they're just getting their Pidgeot devoted off the board. I guess if they played Silene, I could see them grabbing the Silene here to maybe have the candy, to stack a candy on top in the following turn. But then if I don't Devo, they're getting kind of bodied by a Fang Snipe. They just pocket another card, which is rather interesting. Okay, I'm gonna rip this Accompanying Flute. Just, sure, you can have another Pidgey that's not particularly useful for you. Okay. That kind of makes me want to Fang Snipe here, not gonna lie. But yeah, I'm just gonna Devo. That's fine. I'll even throw back in the Milotic. Just rip the TM Devo. Just, they're down double candy now. Like, they're gonna have to make some kind of play to reestablish Pidge. So yeah, let's just TM Devo. I guess if they play like a third candy or something, we get kind of bodied, but that's just so unlikely. Yeah, their hand's pretty big now, so Zerosix could be kind of good, but oh, they have the Octivo! Oh, wow. This game has gotten very weird. Neither one of us are gonna have Pidgeots. My Razan's backup is in the discard pile as well. Wow, okay. And my other rare candy was prized, I believe. Wow, okay. I maybe should have seen that coming and gone for the Fang Snipe there. But alright, we have ourselves a game. This isn't just yeah, cut and dry. We have to actually do stuff, so that's fine, that's fine. Neither one of us have that Pidgeot. I potentially have Nest Ball plus counter gain to Regieleki grab back my candy. We have the sisters for the following turn. Would definitely like to find the backup. They hit the secret box, so they can start making some stuff happen. I guess it will be rather tricky to find Fire Energy without Pidgeot online. But if they have the Silene, they could Silene to put the candy on top, Fleet-footed, draw into it. Get the Pidgeot reestablished, and then we're not feeling all that good. If they have Pidgeot and we don't. So, there's the Silene. Uh-oh. This is actually going to be kind of bad. Double heads is very brutal. That is candy and probably the Yak or Zerosix again. No, just double candy. They just send it all. Well then. From this point forward, I basically didn't do anything at all. The game was unplayably scuffed by not Fang Sniping that turn. So instead of having y'all just listen to me yap and just be in the tank trying to scheme up some kind of line, I'll show you how the game ended, and yeah, we'll get on with the rest of the video. I think that's the only line that we have is like Iono Devo, get back into Lecky back my own pads. That like has to be my line, and that still just seems not very real. Because they can just gust up my Milotic again. Oh yeah, that's real. I forgot. Okay, yeah. Okay, I was playing to a line that did not exist. Wonderful. Why just waste y'all's time? But okay, that was an 80-point down pair. We lost, and that is minus 16 points. Brutal. It would take me a couple hours to get that rating back. Probably would need 3 wins to get that elo back. So yeah, rank 1 is now out of the picture for the video, but we can still maybe get another win to kind of salvage that last terrible loss. So yeah, let's just run it back. got back into their game. 110 points down pair. Gotta lock in and win. I played against this person a lot. They are most definitely on Regidrago, or at least every other time I played against them, that's what they've been running. So, yeah, out the Black Hero in the list, don't feel all that well equipped to, well, okay, the matchup is still most certainly manageable, but, it is a lot more difficult than it is if you have the Black Hero. Every other time I play against this particular person, they've drawn one Drago, one Pawn, and just say, yeah, you don't have Black Hero anymore. And yeah, sometimes I do in my list sometimes I don't, so yeah, it just goes both ways. So it'd be interesting to see if they try it again. The Pawn start is great for them, likely to be Nest Ball for Drago. And yeah, overall it's a pretty solid turn one for them. I mean, yeah, they don't really need to do too much more. Like, as long as they get Drago and Energy Attachments, Ogerpon, like, they don't really need... Like, they definitely shouldn't be squawking or doing anything, like, really aggressive. We're an Ultra Ball and a Gudra V-Star, so we know the hand is going to be feeling fine these future turns. If they're Ultra Balling for a Dragapult, not like a Mew or something. Alright, thinning up the deck, throwing away the Dragapults. So we know it's 2 Grass Energies and some Mystery card. Interesting. So, okay, top decking a Nest Ball is actually really strong for us. I can Nest Ball for Arven for these two. I can grab the other Pidgey, Rotom, get the Mist Energy on the bench Pidgey just so we're not getting both our Pidgeys wiped. Because like they really only need like E-Switch attack, E-Switch, and a V-Star to attack next turn, I mean. So, oh my goodness. Sorry, I just decided to die and cough a ton. So yeah, well, like I was saying, they don't need a whole lot to attack next turn, so gotta make sure we're prepping around that. And really the scariest part of this matchup is them going, like, getting a turn 2 prize knockout before we can really do much of anything. I don't know how much I should be trusting their hand. Like, it's 2 Grass Energies, a Mystery card. The Mystery card is likely something playable, or they would have, like, Ultra Ball for Mew, I would assume. Yeah, it's a Professor's Research. Throwing away some other guys. I am feeling miserable if they have Prime Catcher or E-Switch V-Star. Like, we probably just lose on the spot to that, but, well, I guess if they do that without using V-Star power, or if they had Temple of Sinnoh E-Switch, that would also feel, extremely bad. But if they don't have that, we're kind of chilling here, I think. And they haven't thinned out, like, too many of the bad basics yet, so Flute might be hitting. There's the Ultra Ball. That is going to get that Draco V-Star. Not thinning out any junk. So, Erica's doesn't appear to be that live, but... Yeah, let's see. Did they find that E-Switch? Did they find that Prime Catcher or the Sinnoh? Or also this person has played Bundle against me a couple times, which would be very bad right now, but I couldn't have really played around it. They just whiffed an attack entirely. Awesome. Secret Box. Wowzers. Okay. Let's do some stuff then, shall we? Okay. Let's get... I kind of like grabbing the Accompanying here, just to maybe get something out of them here, and perhaps it could be a boss as well. Okay. Mew and an Ogerpon. Wonderful. Alright. This is awesome. Let's Alchemy set up. Yeah. Star Alchemy, grab the Pidgeot. I don't really want to Ultra Ball right now with my hands being chock full of extremely playable cards. I'm of all the active so we can conserve the Switch cards. I can Quick Search for this double turbo energy. My energies are going to get a little crunch here, but that's okay. Can Artisan down the Mawile. Can then Tempting Trap this Mew. And this is basically the dream situation. Have turn 2 Pidgeot, Genesect to block that Prime Catcher, boss's orders to, or yeah, something in the active spot that can't attack. I mean, Mew can attack, but it would take double E-switch, and then it only nets them 1 prize, so that's fine. Really, just the key here is I need to retreat lock them before they take 2. If you're playing the Toad Scroll, that step is a little bit less necessary because you can sometimes just catch them without V-Star and switch it in discard. There's the Iono. I'm very pleased with that. Can gain a fresh hand here. E-switch that active Mew. They need triple E-switch to swing at the Mew this turn. And they just pass. I kind of want to rip an Erica's here, but it is sort of risky. I think my hand is pretty well prepped to do something the next turn. Let me just rip the sisters here. Did not find Switch, but some meaningful rips nonetheless. Get the Tempting Trap in here. The Switch would have likely just ended the game. I don't like that this Mew can use Bite on me and knock me out. That is annoying. But it is only a 1 prize KO, which I can definitely live with. Yeah, the important thing is just the opponent's not able to take 2, which Mew is not ever knocking out Rotom or Pidgeot. But imagine they did Scrap Short for a bajillion damage. That would be pretty funny. So you're gonna see a Nest Ball here. Probably nothing grabbed. Yeah, that would be kind of silly to bench. Well, they maybe should bench something else like another Drago. Attachment to the Mew EX and a pass. Okay, I really want to just boss up. I don't remember if my second copy of Boss is in the deck. It is not. Okay, let's get that back in the deck with the Pal Pad then. 2, 4, 5. They probably play 7 grass. Could just be like a Erica's Rip angle, but also probably just safer to boss up this Ogerpon. Sure, they could take a prize, but whatever. We could buy us more time to keep quick searching. Sisters, snipe, maybe that switch, the E-switches. I guess they do technically have the means to power up this Ogerpon, but then they can't power up this next Ogerpon. They're already down, what, 1 E-switch or 2? Just the 1, I guess, is not ideal. There's a switch. Okay, that was likely their top deck. And the boss's orders to remove the Rotom here. Gonna be probably Rotom and a Dragapult play to, yeah, try to set up something here. Like set up a 3 prize turn. That's probably how they can win this. Like go Jamming Tower, take 2, take 3. So I would like to set up the Radiant Tsareena. That would be wonderful to break up that play. And I'm also kind of feeling the Erica's Rip here. That seems kind of good. Like at the very least, we have Counter Catcher can drag up this pawn again. But at the very best, we're hitting Squawkabilly, we're hitting Kyurem, Radzard. No. Okay. Their hand is just lacking. So let's go ahead and grab the Radiant Tsareena out of the prizes. Just heal up this damage so they're not setting up some kind of annoying double prize turn where they like KO Mawile and then drop the jamming tower and also KO my Genesect all in the same turn. That would be pretty bad for us. Let's hit this elegant heal. Alright, then we can Counter Catcher up this Ogerpon. And yeah, just Tempting Trap. This doesn't this definitely is not flawless at all. By any means. I definitely should also attach the vest. That was a throw. Make the Pidgeot knockout just a little bit harder, make them have to find the jamming tower. Yeah, the Tsareena is not just a Guardy matchup card. Like, it's very neat to break up that potential like pull setup. Like, that's one of their favorite plays that they can do is like put 50 on the Jenny, combo that with jamming tower following turn and clean it up. So feels good to break that up. Their hand was lacking in the grass energy department, and they also just had no E-switches in hand, which really makes me want a Sisters. Like, if we hit a couple E-switches, that would just lock things up, surely. There's Legacy Star RIP. That's a lot of liability, guys. They did throw away one E-switch. But we're probably going to see Boss and KO on my Pidgeot. Which is very, very scary. I guess it also could be a Jamming Tower. Jamming Tower plus Curum? No, it's the Switch Boss. So I am feeling my lack of an attachment onto my Pidgeot here. The lack of the Defiance Vest, I should say. Oh, they're actually going to go for the Lumineon. Interesting. I honestly don't know how they win this game by making this play. Unless they're playing Turo. If they're playing Turo, like, we're just chalked. Like, yeah, if there's just some other switch out lurking in their deck, like, yeah, we would just lose. That's fair. It's gonna be kind of hard to air because it's something when everything attacks. And then there's Milds. Well, no, not everything attacks. Everything that doesn't attack is in discard. I'm just tapping here. Let's Eri see what they pulled off the prizes. E-switch Super Rod, that's pretty good. Ooh, they're also sitting on the Kyurem, so if we had Erica's access, that would have been pretty sick. But anyway. Let's just get this elegant heal. Get the vest on the Pidgeots. Get the gust on this Ogerpon. So they're running extremely low on options. They would just have 2 grass energies remaining and the 1 E-switch they have to find in order to Ogerpon attack. But if they do it too early, like this Ogerpon, or like the E-switch, we can maybe gust something else up and trap it. I'm liking Sisters on the next turn to hopefully catch. There's Bundle. Well, they have to pop Bundle this turn. And if they just Bundle, I'm going to send up Pidgeots. Fez hits the discard. Those are their last 2 grass energies. Teal Dance. Alright. I assume going to be an attachment for a turn. Or actually, wait, they probably wait. If they attach for a turn, I just boss this other Ogerpon and it's just stuck. Hyper Blower. They're not KOing Pidgeot, so might as well send up that so we're not having to find an additional piece here. Don't need to worry about finding like a Switch Card or a Penny or something. It's attach Fire to the benched Mew and pass their turn. So I was right on cue. Let's just rip this Fortune Sisters. The canceling. But no energy switch. If that was an accompanying flute, that would have been just game over. Rather unfortunate. Okay. Let's play our final Pal Pad here. We need to likely have one more gust. And sure, the Fortune Sisters next turn could be pretty lit. Let's just go ahead and get the just get double turbo. That's probably gonna be the more difficult piece to find. So I have like a Night Stretcher for Lumineon for boss if I really need it. And I could probably honestly just no, I can't do that because then maybe they could just knock me out. Well, I can bench the Ogerpon. I just can't really commit the energy. Right? Because they have... Yeah, if they have, like, some... I guess, yeah, we could lose to something silly if that were to happen. Like, we touch the energy, they have, like, E-Switch, Teal Dance, SER, Boss. That would be a lot, but I think it's fine. We still definitely should put down the Ogerpon, so it's just one less piece that we have to acquire. There's a Teal Dance to the active. There's the Kyurem on the bench. Restart for 1. They're just going for the E-Switch, I guess, this turn to hopefully KO this Mawile and just be like, you cannot put things up again. Yeah, there's the concession. So that was another pretty steep down pair. I want to see how much rating we got. I was like +8, I think. So yeah, basically gained half of what we lost from that previous massive down pair. But yeah, that's basically the high ladder RCS experience. So what have we learned? What has all of this gaming led us to? So I've been a very staunch supporter of online tournaments for a while. I'm sure that's how most of you probably found the channel, as one of the online tournament streams or saw me playing in online events. And I've always kind of put down ladder on the premise that there's just way too much jank there. You're not getting very high quality opponents, not very high quality games. But honestly, online tournaments aren't very great for that either. You frequently face not always the greatest quality of competition. And I think the best way to look at it is just from a sheer volume standpoint, where if you're playing ladder, you can probably jam 3 games in an hour if we're being conservative. Like if we just assume every game takes you 20 minutes, then you could play 3 in an hour. If you're playing a best of 1 online tournament, 30-minute rounds, if you had 2 20-minute games, then that's like 2 rounds worth. But then you have like 10 minutes of dead time where you really can't play a ladder match. You'll probably have to like scoop it part way through. So yeah, you're ending up with a little bit of dead time. So if you're just spending hours playing an online tournament versus hours playing ladder, you're getting way more games in on the ladder than you are in a online tournaments. And as much as people just like to say that ladder is just full of meme decks, there's no way it's real, I noticed once I got to 1,700-ish, then the meme decks really started to stop. Like, sure, there was maybe the occasional goofy like Saraledge or not the most meta things, but there wasn't like the silly Uxie Frost last deck or Toad Scroll or anything that's just like totally not real, like something that you could realistically see at a regional championship. My advice is just like stay the course. You're gonna play against dumb decks and it's gonna be annoying, and you probably will lose some games because your opponent does something you don't expect and couldn't reasonably prepare for. So with that in mind, I do kind of recommend tweaking your list as you kind of ladder. Like as you start off in lower RCs, you're gonna face more jank decks, and a lot of those weird decks are probably not gonna set up super fast, and those things that set up slower can sometimes feel very difficult to tackle because we don't have like with the current list that we have that are very all in on retreat lock, it doesn't necessarily matter into a lot of those weirder decks. So my advice is just in those jank ranges, like 1500 to 1700, try to include something in your control deck that provides some kind of aggressive pressure that just allows you to overrun your opponent if their deck's just not going to function all that well. Maybe it's a Chi-Yu, a Baby Terapagos, Hydreigon EX, just some kind of different package to help you power through those meme decks basically. And then as you get to higher ladder, you start to not see those fake decks anymore. Then you can start to play something a little more meta that you're actually like seriously testing. Like that's kind of how I started. I started with the fire list because Chi-Yu is an amazing neutral option. It just pretty much a lot of matchups, like don't know what to do, you can just gust up something and spam Chi-Yu and odds are you're gonna get some value out of it. And I guess probably the most important part of the video, was this worth it? Do I feel like this was a good use of dozens of hours of my time to go from not Arceus to rank 2? And I would say yes. Because sure, I could have spent those hours playing online tournaments or playing locally or whatever. It just, and yeah, the grind wasn't easy, it was frustrating, it was tilting, but it's also very rewarding. There's not really another accessible way, unless you're a very well-connected player, to just get high-quality games so consistently. Like, once you get high up, you're playing against people who are consistently day 2ing or top 8ing regionals, and you can't really say that about online tournaments. So yes, it was worth it. It is, yeah, it's awesome to be able to just queue into someone who's won a regional, and even if you queue into them 3 times in a row, that is significantly better practice, even though it's like the same deck over and over again, than what you're going to see playing it in a Mickey most likely. So I highly recommend the ladder grind. It's a big part of my prep for the upcoming San Antonio Regional Championships. It is worth it. It is probably the... Assuming you have a large amount of time to just play Pokemon, I would recommend spending it on ladder, honestly. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I have. I'm going to continue my pursuits to rank 1, and if y'all would like me to make gameplay videos like this a little bit more regularly, like you want to see like me either just stream ladder to be in that rank 1 chase, or just record, cut up, like so there's not like the long queue times. You want me to like record high ladder games and post them, I can do that too. If you just enjoy this kind of stuff, yeah, just let me know in the comments below, and I'm happy to provide that kind of content. I do want to take a quick moment to shout out my sponsors, TC Evolutions, for their dope Pokemon TCG accessories, the best in the game, and also Blue Ditto for giving me sleeves and singles. They are awesome. And yeah, if you want to get my list, all that stuff, definitely check out the Metafy group. And yeah, I know this was not, it's kind of a weird one, but I appreciate y'all for sticking through, and I'm gonna really try to be more consistent with everything that I do in 2025. Yeah, just thank you guys for the support of this past year. Big things coming. I feel like I owe it to y'all to keep getting better, so appreciate y'all for taking the time out of your day to watch my video, and I will catch y'all next time.